In this video, I'm going to be discussing a little bit about the development of a wellness infrastructure and how our approaches to everyday wellness and our own personal wellness actually changes how it develops and develops infrastructure alongside that. And I'm using infrastructure in a very deliberate sense in which we really are planning from an information, a meaning level, planning out the structures that go into supporting our well-being and which carry through a set of processes and developmental as well as which proliferate typically in terms of holding us together and serving not just a structural function but a process-oriented function that has a planned component to it and which is directed and very much regulated by the self. So the infrastructure that we develop is based off a meaning infrastructure that's organic to us as individuals and supported by information that is developed on a cellular level with various processes and expressions that literally code for proteins and go into various forms of expression across the body and behavior, and that have relevance directly to our psychological processes. They're interrelated into one encompassing infrastructure rather than, say, an architecture which might just support the aspects of the body or information processes, which you might think of as just pertaining, say, to the virtual end of a computer program. So it's more holistic, and it encompasses both that information processing but also the structures and the various forms of expression that are behind wellness infrastructure. So when we think about wellness and how we go, say, approaching a single task, maybe it's you plan on exercising your legs for today, and you might be a novice or you might be experienced, but how you go about planning, the level of intention, whether or not you choose, say, to go to a gym where you have an instructor, or you're learning it yourself, or you're watching another person and copying them, or you're with a friend. These are all going to impact that development of that wellness infrastructure differently, and it's going to matter also on the individual, how they respond to it, what they perceive as being valuable, as effective or less effective. Also develop it in relation to goals, because goals help specify the level of achievement and accomplishment that we perceive, and also our levels of satisfaction we have with a particular activity or ourselves. If we set a goal and we see that we've met that goal to the criteria that we set for ourselves, even though that goal to another might seem either a little bit low or a little bit too high, or why would you care? If you set that goal yourself and it matters to you, the steps that you take to achieve that goal will have a greater impact on you, obviously, than if somebody else is following you or copying you along setting that goal and it doesn't really matter to them. The same goal can have a differential impact on different individuals based off how it's going to impact our perceptions, motivations, emotions, feelings, actions, and behaviors as unique individuals who are embodying these characteristics. And every approach and every set of plans carries with it, from a very basic information processing level to higher order levels of meaning and expression, the capacity to develop and to grow and to proliferate, preserve, protect, and sustain our wellness infrastructure. So it's very, very important to understand the meaning that underlines that wellness infrastructure as we orient ourselves towards developing it and participating actively within the optimization of our own individual wellness infrastructures. So that's all I wanted to say for that video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.